But are they technically smart? Meaning, do they have the power on the streets and the power in the internet to continue to control the population?
If you just look at it as their ability to survive, then yes. I mean, that's what they're trying to do. I mean, that's the ultimate goal is, if we can suppress these protests, if we can limit access to the internet, if we can basically limit access to information, then we can survive. And that seems to be the main goal of the government currently. As they become more authoritarian, that is where you see more people going against them. And I actually had another person that I spoke with who has regularly participated in elections in Iran, who said, after this, I don't think I'm going to vote again.
Ron of the National Iranian American Council, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
This is NPR News.
Support comes from the LA Opera presenting the Magic Flute. True love is never easy, especially when there's a giant angry spider in the way. Go on an epic adventure that mixes Mozart's enchanting music, live singers, and projected hand-drawn animation. The LA Times raves it's a remarkable achievement. See it and see it now. The Magic Flute, November 16th to December 15th. Tickets at laopera.org.
Coming up on Greater LA as we head into the holidays for sure, a Chinese festival finds a home in Southern California as the community balances contemporary life with ancient traditions. Well, then we'll take you over to the Sunset Strip where memories and landmarks abound. And with the Olympic Games coming to LA in less than 9 years, how some folks are dealing with the changes that they're bringing to the city. I'm Steve Chiatakis, Greater LA, Monday through Thursday at 1 on KCRW. Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Dave Mattingly. House impeachment hearings into President Trump and Ukraine will continue after the Thanksgiving holiday. NPR's Windsor Johnston says the inquiry shifts to the House Judiciary Committee next week.
The hearing next Wednesday will feature legal experts who will examine questions of constitutional grounds as the House Judiciary Panel considers whether to write articles of impeachment against Trump, and if so, what those articles will be. This comes as the Intelligence Committee is wrapping up the investigative portion of the inquiry and preparing its report for the next phase. The probe centers on whether Trump used military aid and other inducements as leverage to press Ukraine to open investigations into a political rival. Democrats are aiming for a final House vote before the Christmas recess. That will likely set the stage for a Senate trial in January. Windsor Johnston, NPR News, Washington.
This is a snowy Thanksgiving in parts of the northern and western U.S. Winter storm warnings are posted in more than a half dozen states, from Arizona to Montana. Blizzard warnings are up in parts of Wyoming and South Dakota, where snow and wind are expected through Saturday night. A number of airports are dealing with weather-related flight delays, including Chicago, Dallas, Atlanta, and New York City. This is NPR News from Washington. Despite strong winds in New York City, the large, iconic character balloons are taking part in this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The 16 helium balloons, including astronaut Snoopy, are flying lower than their usual height along the 2.5-mile parade route through Manhattan. Winds are gusting to 40 miles per hour. Balloons have been grounded by weather just once in 1971. There are 3 NFL games on this Thanksgiving holiday. NPR's Tom Goldman says the day's first matchup kicks off in Detroit with playoff implications for the visiting team.
The football begins with NFC North division rivals Chicago and Detroit. The host Lions are pretty much out of the playoff race. The Bears need a win today to keep postseason hopes alive. Dallas plays Buffalo. The Cowboys lead a weak NFC East division, but only by a game. The Bills are 2 games behind New England in the AFC East. Finally, 2 more division foes face off in Atlanta, where the Falcons host the New Orleans Saints. Atlanta's in last place, New Orleans first in the NFC South. But that means little in a league where fortunes can flip quickly. 3 weeks ago, the then 1-7 Falcons easily beat the 7-1 Saints on New Orleans home field. Tom Goldman, NPR News.
I'm Dave Mattingly, NPR
participant with Dark Waters, a thriller starring Mark Ruffalo and Anne Hathaway. Mysterious